Hi, I'm Steph, and I'm a video producer for Nifty. I've been doing DIY for pretty much my whole life. Anytime I see a product that I like or something really cool on Pinterest, I'm like, yeah, I could probably make that. It's a blessing and a curse, I think. This project is actually super easy if you're just like an entry-level DIYer or even not into DIY at all. I think literally anyone can do this project. It took me no time at all. The payoff is huge. Anyone can do it. I think maybe the hardest part of this project is sanding, which is honestly really easy, especially if you have an electric sander. They're very easy to figure out, but that was probably the most challenging part of this project. If you don't have an electric sander, you could 100% do this. It just will take a little bit more time to hand sand it, but you can totally do it. It just requires a lot of patience, but you can do it. I think if you were trying to decide between buying something like this or making this, I would definitely recommend making it because it's kind of a weird custom-made thing you'd have to buy on like Etsy or something, and anytime you're buying something custom-made, the price goes way up. But it's honestly really easy to make, and it's kind of an upcycling project, so if you have something that you can upcycle like a table, then that just makes it even cheaper and even more easy for you, so I would totally say do not spend your money buying something like this and just make it. It also helps if you have an old table that you're thinking of throwing away because you can upcycle it for this project and get a little bit more use out of it. So I actually made this video at my mom's house in Pennsylvania for her backyard. When I was growing up, we were always having bonfires and having people over, hanging out in the backyard like every night in the summertime, in the fall. And it was always a lot of fun, and I love having that fire pit in our backyard, but there was a lot of time where we weren't using it, like in the summer on really hot days or in the winter when it was too cold. So I wanted to give my mom some kind of way to use her fire pit all year round, all the time, day or night. I thought it would be really cool to make this a dual purpose kind of fire pit, so when you're not using it for a fire, you can use it as a table, like during the day, or if it's too hot out to have a fire and you just want to sit and have a couple drinks at your table, you can. I think if you have a fire pit, you should absolutely make this project. It is so easy, and it adds a whole new function to your fire pit, which is amazing. It's too easy to pass up, and it gives your fire pit a whole new purpose. I think especially if you have a really tiny backyard, it's really good to maximize your space and maximize the things that you have to use them in multiple ways. So if you can have a fire pit that's also a table, then you don't need a fire pit and a table. You just have one thing that does both. Having a fire pit is such a huge asset to a backyard. I spent most of my childhood with a fire pit, just hanging out with my friends, with my family. It's so nice to have friends over, have a couple beers, and just sit outside enjoying the outdoors, looking at a fire instead of at a screen. Making this project with my mom was a lot of fun, and it was a great little bonding experience for us. Plus, when we were done, we got to enjoy it. And I love knowing that she still has it in her backyard, and she goes out there and just sits at the table, has a nice little drink, pops it up, has a fire. So if that idea speaks to you, then I think you should totally make this project.
Oh, yes! You did it.
Thanks.
You feel good?
I feel good.